All right, let's kick it off with Supermicro. Supermicro Computer plunging after Ernst & Young resigned as the company's auditor. That's according to a securities filing. This follows months of disagreement over the company's governance. Ernst & Young saying in a letter that it was unable to rely on management and the audit committee's representations. Now, Supermicro saying it disagrees with that decision. You're looking at a loss of just about 27% in today's trading. The stock had been briefly halted earlier trading due to volatility, but of course, when you take a look at this, the significance of this, what this ultimately means here for Supermicro going forward, it could, reaffirm or confirm maybe some of the suspicions that we saw in that short seller report not too long ago.
Yeah, so Hindenberg Research in August came out with a report, right, that high level essentially accused them of some sort of accounting fraud, some sort of accounting errors. You then spin that forward 2 months later, and one of the largest accounting firms in the U.S. dropping them and saying that they don't essentially trust what's going on there. It's not a good read, right? And I think the market is giving you a very clear read on how they feel about that today, with Supermicro shares down almost 30%. And you remember back to that Hindenburg Research report, I don't remember the stock necessarily tanking right off that report to this level. It seems like you're starting to get confirmation now of, okay, Hindenburg said this. Hindenburg comes out with a lot of short reports, right? And they take a lot of short positions. But this gives perhaps a little more credence to that. Still a lot to be played out here. Perhaps hearing from Supermicro a little bit more on this would definitely be interesting. But of course, the DOJ also opened up a probe, according to the Wall Street Journal, at the end of September, right? So you have that in play. The Wall Street Journal have reported that the DOJ was looking to speak with a former employee who was accused of making accounting errors while working at Supermicro. So it seems to be, as you put these pieces together, it seems to be there's maybe a little bit of something here. Yeah,
and what's interesting here is EY's concerns apparently were raised here prior to that short seller report that took aim at Supermicro here. They're saying that the auditor first flagged these issues going back to late July, and that prompted the server firm here to then appoint that special board committee, the internal investigation committee, or the investigation into the company's internal control. So again, this has but over the last several months, obviously has been an overhang here on this.
And EY was working on their full year 2020, or on Supermicro's full year 2024 report, right? They're filing, they delayed that filing in August. From what I see on the webpage, that filing still doesn't exist. That 10K is not out. And so the question here is, are they able to get another auditor, right? Who do you bring in to audit that 10K? How does that process work? And do you eventually get this thing through the door? I would imagine there's probably an overhang on Supermicro shares here until you get more clarity on that.
Yeah, exactly. And the Supermicro saying that they're working to identify a new auditor. But again, the question is who that auditor is going to be and when we will get further clarity on that.